What is up, you guys? It's your boy John here from Puma Plow. How's everybody doing? Thanks for clicking on another On the Farm. So guys, I want to show you something that's in the pumpkin patch here real fast. It is a little early for this. This is off one of the volunteer vines, but here we go. Let's check it out. Look at this, guys. We got pumpkins already. We've got some pumpkins coming in here. I'm not sure what variety this is because, like I said, it's off a volunteer vine, I do believe. But we've got pumpkins. We've got gourds. Look down in here, all these volunteer gourds that are coming in. We are going to have quite the bumper crop of gourds, and most of them are volunteers. There's some more pumpkins back over here somewhere. Let's go find them real fast. There we go. We found ourselves another pumpkin. Let me stand and block the sun for you guys. There it is. That one, it still might be a little early, but it's not doing too bad. Not doing too bad. Here we go. It's actually a really nice one in here. I think these are still volunteers out here, but I'm not totally sure because we got a little overwhelmed with the volunteer pumpkin crop this year. This could be what we planted. I'm not totally sure, but here we go. There's an orange one. Very, very nice. This is kind of the variety we had out here about last year. Right about the same spot. Just some really nice bright orange pumpkins is what we had out here last year. So because we did not plow the garden last year is why we had all these volunteer pumpkin issues. But the pumpkins are doing great. They're loving this heat. We have not watered them in the past week, but we had about 1.5 inches of rain in the past week here, so the pumpkins are loving it. I think we are going to turn the drippers on for next week. There is a chance of rain, but I think we might just turn them on anyway. I'm not totally sure yet, but let's look at the corn now. So here we are. I mean, there's the pumpkins, and of course the corn's right here. So this corn is awesome. Sorry to get any sun in your eyes. The sun is setting here. We've had a long day down here today. Like pretty much every Sunday here lately, but that's okay. It's all good. So the corn is starting to ripen. I talked a little bit about this in my stream last week on Saturday night over there on twitch.tv/PumaPlow. Check us out, link in the description. But I said something about the corn is starting to mature, and as you can tell right there, man, these ears are big. Let's take a little look and see here. The thing that I'm noticing here, you can see I'm pushing my thumbnail in there. I'm not even making a dent. That means the corn's already starting to dry. And actually, wow, I just noticed this. If we look in here a little bit to row 2, how much taller it is even. You guys can tell, but like here's this ear here. And then I don't know if you guys can see, you guys probably see that ear back up in there. That second row is even taller yet than this outside row, which is pretty common. But this corn is just fantastic. Here's another one that's opening up. You can see it, it's big. The kernels are a little funky looking, but that's okay. There is pretty well 2 ears. You know, there's one full ear, there, like right there. You can see one full ear and then another small ear hiding in there. This corn's doing good. It does have that kind of fungus-y crap on it. I'm not sure what this one was called. There's a couple different types of fungus that can get in the corn, but you can see it does have a little bit of that. But overall, I would say this corn, this field here, is typically one of the better fields, and this is going to be some really good corn this year. This is going to be really good. Look at that shadow pattern. Ooh. I can see myself in the reflection of the GoPro case, kind of, you know. But I think this field is going to be some really good corn this year. Really good corn. I hope to be here when they harvest, but you never know. And I hope to let you guys know like what the yield is and everything of this corn when they do get it harvested. Let's take a walk out here and look at the late beans. Whoa, look at all up close with them and personal. And take a look at them. Look at that shadow. Oh my god, the sun and stuff. Oh, it's so legit. Too legit to quit. Alright, let's jump cut out there. Alright, you guys, now we're out here at the late soybeans. The wheat stubble's down in there somewhere. You can barely see it anymore. They are a little over knee high on me, so they're doing pretty good. Let's take a look in here, see what we see. Now, you see right here, we got some bug damage. They have sprayed these with an insecticide last week, and they are blooming. We can see in there, see they're blooming, so they will be setting soybeans on very soon. You can see that wheat stubble down in there. 20-inch rows, so plenty of room for them to grow. But like I said, these are the late soybeans planted after the wheat, and they're doing real good. You know, I said something about they were going to close the rows up soon, and as you can probably tell, those rows are pretty well closed up. But I got a little bit of drone footage I will put in now, and maybe when I come back we'll go look at the early soybeans out the lane a little bit. That field that we got to watch them plant via the drone. So let's cut the drone footage, and I'll meet you guys back out at the other soybean patch.
What is up, you guys? John the voiceover guy. Thanks for watching. 6 minutes into the video, roughly. I do appreciate it. So we are flying over the soybean field. These are the late soybeans over the wheat stubble like we had talked about before in the video. And as you can tell, the rows are pretty well closed up. They're getting there in spots where they drove them down with their sprayer or something like that. They're not quite closed up, but for the most part, they are closed up, or really close to being closed up. They're looking really good. Like I said in the video, they are blooming and all that good stuff. Looks like they had a skip row there, actually. There was a little skipper, maybe. You know, skippers happen, right? It's a thing. But you can tell the beans are a lot cleaner now. Their spray really did work. We'll see how clean they stay going forward this summer, but as of right now, they are pretty clean. And this is the day I filmed a cloud montage that I use for my Twitch videos. And you can just tell where the clouds are putting shadows on the ground. Sometimes when you get the drone up really, really high and you can see the shadows moving across the field, it looks really neat. So some of the wide shots I don't show because it shows a little much, but yeah, good times.
Alright, you guys, as I drive out to the other soybean patch, I just wanted to give a little intro to this next piece of video. So we're always talking about those telephone poles that bring us power. So I guess they're electric poles, power poles, whatever you want to call them. That we pretty well try to maintain around them as far as keeping them clean and keeping the weeds down and everything, because they're between two fields, and sometimes the normal farming practices don't really get in there. So we try to get out there and spray to maintain it as much as possible. But sometimes, you know, we couldn't get out there, so we actually haven't been out there in a little while. And this next piece of video is us. We put the sprayer in the back of the truck, and we were going to run out there and spray it. Basically, we can get there. There's a field road. We have to go all the way around, like a mile away. Actually, it's more than a mile away. We have to go around, and we can get into that field road and you know, spray that. So this next piece of the video is us driving down that field road in Dad's Ford truck here. And no, don't start the Ford hate, guys. Don't start it. It's okay. It's okay. Whatever you prefer, that's cool. It's all good. But we went driving down there in the Ford where we really should have had a tractor. But that's this piece of video, guys. And I will meet you at that bean field here in just a second after that clip.
All right, now we are driving in the weeds like I said we were going to. I actually did put the drone up earlier in the day, and I flew it over this, and I couldn't tell from the air, or I shouldn't say from the air, I couldn't tell on my tablet, basically, from the drone video feed, that these weeds were all sick. You can tell these weeds are not healthy looking right now. Apparently the farmer snuck down there on his, like, utility vehicle thing, John Deere Gator, whatever you want to call it, and he took care of them for us. So thanks, farmer. We do appreciate it. I don't know if you watch these videos or not, but thank you. It was just funny how we drove all the way in there, then we're like, oh, they're already really sick looking. We guess we don't need to worry about them. And yes, I know shaky camera is on fleek. I just have my arm out the window trying to hold the camera. But you can tell how tall some of these weeds are as we're driving out here. We really should not have been driving through here with the pickup truck. We should have been using a tractor, but to get there you have to drive a couple miles, like around property, and then this is like a field road, as they call it, harvest road, whatever you want to call it. So yeah, it's not a road that's really traveled during the year. They basically just use it for planting and then for harvesting, and that's pretty much it. So yeah, you can tell it's really a rough road and whatnot. And then we had to cross some train tracks, but there was kind of a train crossing the tracks there, so yeah.
Alright, you guys know we are out here at the soybean field. These are the early soybeans that we actually watched being planted. It was the Case Magnum with that Case planter planting these soybeans. It's actually the neighbor, and this is actually my dad's cousin's ground, but that's another story for another day. So let's take a look at these beans, and sorry, you guys are probably going to get a little sun in your eyes. Like I said, it's getting late in the day here when I have time to film this. Alright, so here we go. The late beans were around a little over knee high. These are tickling my belly button, so quite a bit taller. They also have a little bit of that bug damage as well. And actually, there's something chewing. There was a little cricket or something up here. Yeah, they got a little bit of bug damage in here as well, which, you know, it's pretty common, to be honest. So here, let's dig in here a little bit. These have been blooming, and obviously you can see, I don't know if you guys can tell, but there are soybeans set on. There are pods set on. The beans are very, very small inside there. It's still early enough. They got plenty of time to mature up and everything. But this is that bean field. And same thing here, the outside row is not quite as tall, so actually they're a little bit taller than belly button height on me, which is pretty good. They're doing quite well. It looks like this is going to be a really good field of soybeans this year. So they plant, I think these are 30-inch rows. Let's see here, yeah, 30-inch rows. Yep, these are 30-inch rows here. So a little bit more room, you get a little more bushy of a bean. It goes out more instead of, like, you know, a lot of people plant 15-inch rows. The guys up there that plant the late beans, those are 20-inch rows. So it just depends what you have, what you do. So this is looking like a really good field of soybeans this year. I will be eager to hear the yield on this field, and I will let you guys know as well when I find out.
All right, you guys, warping ahead in a little time here. Now we are back in the garden. This is our second planting of sweet corn. The entire first planting of sweet corn got wiped out by a raccoon. And I know we need to put a radio out there. You guys have been leaving those comments that you guys left them last year, and we just haven't gotten around to it. But this corn, it's hard to say. It's all right. It's not filled out like it should be. Obviously, you can tell on some of the ears here that it's not the best looking corn, but you know, it's all right. It's better than no corn. And it pollinated at the worst time of year, and that's why it's looking like that. It was super hot and super dry, but we got about a bucket worth of sweet corn.
But I do appreciate y'all watching, and I think that's about it for today. So if you guys like this video, or you want to see more of these videos, please hit that like button. Subscribe if you guys have not already done so. And until next week, I'm your boy John from Puma Plow. Thanks for watching, and toodles.